Welcome, welcome, welcome to 66 Books of Truth Ministries. I am Minister Peyton Moore. I am so glad to be here today. I am so glad to just bring you the Word of God. I thank God for His many blessings that He have done for me and He has brought me. This year has been a tremendous year. Um, the blessing I have is that it's been a long journey, and I rekindled with my two siblings and also a third one as well, and also a fourth one back in 2001. But as of October 24th of 2021, I rekindled back with my two sisters, and also I have a brother who's younger than me, through something great and almighty that God has placed in our bodies. And when it comes down to things like a DNA match or the way that chemistry works, it's amazing. I thank God for the way it happened. It had to come through the daughter of my oldest sister and make that connection in order for us to be family again. So, hey, all kudos out to the Ancestry.com, the way how it operates and how it brought things together for me this year has been a blessing for me to be able to meet my new family and be and rekindle back with my sisters. And like I said, I thank God for her oldest daughter. This is how this match came about. And God is just good. Like our pastor at my church, Lakewood, said back in 2020 that you will get pregnant with a blessing. And in 2021, that baby will be delivered. So on October 24th of 2021, my blessing was delivered. It's been a long journey. Can you imagine searching for someone for over 50 years? They're searching for you. You've been searching for them. I mean, your parents been searching for you, or a relative been searching for them, and then somebody else searching for somebody else to try to locate somebody. So I'm just telling you how important that is. Family is important. I had a chance to meet my nephews and my great nephews, and just meet people, even their father and their stepmother on their side, people that has been in their lives, and I just thank God for that. So today, I want to talk from the book of Psalm, starting at the 27th chapter, starting at the 7th verse. The book of Psalm 27, starting at the 7th verse. Okay? It says, "Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me and answer me. When you said, 'Seek my face,' my heart said to you, 'Your face, Lord, I will seek.' Do not hide your face from me. Do not turn your servant away in anger. You have been my help. Do not leave me nor forsake me. O God of my salvation, when my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take care of me." That 10th verse is what sticks with me. When my biological father and my biological mother forsook me or forsaked me, the Lord took care of me. How he took care of me is my dad had a little piece of love in his heart to recognize that the relationship that him and my mother was in wasn't going to be a great atmosphere for me to be raised in. They was kind of in this toxic relationship. And it wouldn't have been good for a child to be raised in that environment. So God gave him a sense of love and heart to say, give this child to a praying woman who was my great aunt, which was his aunt. Give this child to this praying woman because, number one, this child has been brought into this world sickly. This child has severe ear problems to the point to where there are times when this child would scream and cry and couldn't hear. There were times when this child's lungs just wouldn't work properly because he had severe asthma. And it was like every weekend this child was being rushed to Bentall Hospital. This child had a skin problem that my uncle said that I looked at like an alligator laying there. But my father had just enough heart and love to say, let me give this boy, this young child, to this praying woman. Because this praying woman is the one that took care of me. This praying woman is the one that accepted me as her baby son. Now, she had 4 other children that she had to raise. A single woman who worked hard to make sure that I was taken care of properly, raised properly. Because the first thing she instilled in me was God. There are things that I had to go through in life. There were things that I had to deal with. There were sicknesses. And as I got of age to start to realize things, as they said I was a very sickly child, I wasn't supposed to live even 6 months, if that. But God had a plan for me. Because with her prayers and the people surrounding her with prayers over me, by the age of 6, I was still having severe ear problems to the point to where I couldn't hear. And I can remember at the church that I was at that time, I was told I had a gift and I had a talent, but how could I hear something or play an instrument if I couldn't hear what I was doing? So at that church, there was a snare drum and a cymbal that the guitar player, the grandson of the pastor, gave me. And he said to me, he said, what I want you to do is watch the hand for the snare and the feet for the bass. During that time, I was healed from the severe ear problems. I was still having problems with my skin and with my asthma. And then I can remember times where I was going to Bentall Hospital every Friday, every Saturday, sometimes staying overnight or the weekend. As a child, you can kind of remember some things. And I can still remember my great aunt praying over me that I'd be healed. And then there came a time to where I was healed by the age of 12 when I got baptized. Because I wanted to play instruments. I wanted to play more instruments. I wanted to play brass instruments or woodwind instrument. The first doctor that she was taking me to said that was going to be a problem with me playing instruments like that. She didn't fall for that. She took me to another doctor over there for Homestead. And before you get to the railroad track off of Homestead over there, and it was a double brick building. His name was Dr. Johnson. He was the doctor. His wife was the nurse. And I think he had a couple of children that was also in the business of being physicians. So they was assisting him. So as I proceed to get treatment from him, and she was telling him what I wanted to do, and he asked me what I wanted to do, and I said, I want to play a horn or something. And he said, no problem. He started to give me different treatments, and he started to give me different medicine and different shots that I was getting to help with that. He looked my great aunt in the eye, and he told her, He's going to be okay. Let him play whatever he wants to play. And as I did that, the healing came. As I learned how to play several different instruments, brass instruments, and I ended up on the trumpet. And with that trumpet, I played in the church. I played in marching bands. I played in jazz bands. I had a chance to travel during my time period of high school and college and after college. And I learned to play several different instruments, percussions and piano and other instruments. Now we're talking about a child that had severe ear problems that couldn't hear, that started off on a snare drum and a cymbal to playing other instruments because he had a lung problem that was going to stop him from doing that. But the doctor said he's going to be okay because that doctor believed in the doctor named Jesus Christ. So as that time was going on, my great aunt was searching for my siblings, and she's trying to locate them and locate my mother. But there was some things that we didn't know and some names that we couldn't get correct. And there were things going on in the process of this would put a dilemma on a lot of things. But God still had a plan in the process. When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take care of me. And that's what he did. He healed me of my skin problem. Yes, as I was growing up, as a teenager, going into my manhood, yes, there was a lot of things that I had to learn about and a lot of things I heard about the relationship between my father and my mother and how toxic it was. But at the end of the day, a child don't care nothing about that. He only wants his father and his mother. I didn't understand all of that, what was going on. And I didn't understand why my father was in and out of my life. And I didn't understand why my mother wasn't in my life at all. So there was a time period where I felt unloved. I felt rejected. I felt unwanted. I felt that why do they have a father and a mother, or they have a mother, or they have a father, and I don't? But I had to remember I had a lady that raised me, that prayed for me, that did the best that she could to make sure to fulfill those empty areas, and she did a pretty good job at it, because here I am today standing talking to you. My father was in and out of my life. He lived a very toxic street life. He didn't slow down until I started having children on my first child. But still, I was missing that mother love. I was still missing that part of the puzzle in my life, and I still was searching for something. But God had a plan. So as life went on, searching still kept going. And then finally in 2001, I ended up meeting my brother from my daddy's first wife. He had saw me since I was 3 years old. He was about 6. Thank God for that. Years went on, I'm still feeling the rejection and unlove. Where's my mom? Then I married a beautiful woman who continued to ask questions, and she dug deep and she talked to relatives to find out information about my mom to the best of their ability, and about my sisters and where could they be, but it was still like we didn't know where to go. But God had a plan. God had a plan. So as time went on, and I was going through some things and dealing with some things, and she's the one that calmed me down and say, baby, because I had a few choice words to where if I ever met my mother, I had a few choice words I was going to have to say to her, because I wanted to know why you wasn't in my life. Where were you? What's your excuse? Whatever you was threatened by, you couldn't be threatened by that now. I'm a grown man now. I can handle that. Matter of fact, my dad had been dead since 1999. So if you really want to see your son, here I am. You know the address. You know the number. I had a few choice words, but my wife said, slow down. You don't know what she'd been through, or what she had dealt with, or what threats your father made to her, and you don't know what life she'd been through. And I thank God for my wife. So time just kept going and kept going, and she did the searching, and then finally I did the DNA samples for Ancestry.com, and then I sent in my Slava sample, and it was there since 2011. And then I was only getting people from my father's side of the family. Never nothing from my mother's side, because if I did, I wouldn't know. I didn't know them. But then God had a plan on October 24th when I answered the message of a DNA match, which matched very high with my oldest sister's daughter. And then we connected. We connected through what's something that God designed in us that connects us directly to Him. I thank God for the way He designed things, His creation. So as I go on and I answer this message, and I get to type in my dad's name and my mother's name as I knew it, and my sister's name as I knew it, and then a reply came back. That's my grandmother's name, and that's my mother's name. I say, hold on. I replied again, the same thing, and as I did that, that's my grandmother's name, and that's my mother's name. Well, it's getting close for me to come to Bible study, and then I turn around and I say, well, wait a minute, send me a number. And when I say send me a number, they say get back with ASAP. I got a copy of that message today. I printed it out. So as I got back from Bible study, I picked up the phone and I called this number, and nobody answered, and it went to the answer machine. And I had this only picture that I have is an 8x10 picture of my mother, and I snapped it, and I waited for about 45 minutes. And when I snapped it and I texted to that number, my phone rang. My wife said, I turned white as a ghost. I was speechless because the phone call was from my sister, older sister. And she told me her name, and she said, that picture that you sent is our mother. I've never had a relationship with her. Not one cent. I think the last time I probably was with her was maybe about a year old. And I probably wasn't in her presence since after that. Never had a clue about her. Only had an 8x10 picture and a red Bible that she left with some information in there. When my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will take care of me. And He did that. So as we went on and we got to communicating and talking and trying to get to know each other and come to find out we was raised up in the same neighborhood. They was raised by their grandparents. I was raised with my great-aunt. We was raised in the same neighborhood, several blocks away from each other for over 50-something years. I probably left that neighborhood probably when I was about in my early mid-20s. But the search continued on after that. We raised up in the same neighborhood, same community, hanging out in the same places, shopping in the same stores, probably seen them, passed them up, didn't know them, they didn't know me. They didn't know that they had a brother that close. I didn't know I had two sisters that close, and I didn't know that I had another brother in New Mexico. But God brought everything together. And thank God for their father who is still living, who actually, once he got his life together and got on track, and he raised his daughters. And I was able to sit down and talk and meet with him, and he filled in a lot of why blanks that I didn't understand. I didn't know why. What happened? Did this happen to them? Yes, it happened to them. The same thing happened to you, happened to them. when a mother just walk out of her children's life like she don't want no children, like she just didn't care. We done got used to fathers doing that, but when a mother do that, it's something very serious. But as for me and my sisters, when my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take care of me. Their father didn't forsake them. Their mother did, which is our mother. My father was in and out, so he halfway forsaken me. But my mother forsaken me. And I had no relationship with her. But guess what? Here I am today to let you know that I am so blessed today. I am so happy today. I am so grateful today. I thank God for everything he has done. I thank God for my sisters. I thank God for my nephews. I thank God for my new family. I thank God for everything he's about to do. I thank God for things he have done. I thank God for things he's doing now, because I know there's something he got more coming in the future. And I thank God for my beautiful wife who stands by me, who believes in me, who supports me and give me the love and everything that I need. But most of all, I thank God for everything that he has done for me. I hope you all enjoyed this message, and may God bless you and may God keep you.